Hello, Mother. This is Half Mental, the show that's 90% baseball, and the other half mental. I'm Holt.
And I'm Dan.
I think it was my time to intro.
Yeah, I think that's right.
We didn't post last week. And that's my fault.
So I introed on a show that never got posted.
I started it.
Wake me up when September comes, am I right?
Yeah. Do you remember?
The 21st night of September, love was changing the minds of pretenders while chasing the clouds.
Yeah, and that's about all I got through. So, sorry guys, busy week. Couldn't make it happen. But here we are.
Here we are.
Week 20.
Whatevers. I'd like to invite our viewers on a brief trip with us. Cheers.
Cheers.
A trip, most specifically back in time, 20 years and one day. September 8th, 1998. Mark McGwire hit his 62nd home run.
Dang.
So there's been a lot of chatter this year about the 20th anniversary, and I have loved reading this stuff. I was 13, you were 12. I was a 8th grader. And it was awesome. Obviously, I was in St. Louis and a Cardinal fan.
Yeah.
But the whole, I've appreciated it much more on, a broad spectrum. You know, you have surely heard about, how they save baseball.
Right.
And I don't think that, I didn't appreciate that at the time, especially, I think we were insulated in St. Louis. Everybody always loved baseball in St. Louis.
Yeah.
There was never a moment when baseball wasn't the sport in St. Louis.
Yeah.
But David Ortiz, I think, said something yeah, that summer is the only reason any of us got to keep playing baseball. You know, it really was a dire state of the game at the time.
Dang.
It was McGwire's first full season as a Cardinal, which I knew. I knew at the time.
I don't know that I knew that.
But
that's crazy.
So he came over in a trade in '97 and hit 58 home runs between the two leagues, between Oakland and St. Louis. And Sosa was getting ready to be viewed as a disappointment, sort of, as a talented player who couldn't,
Sounds like
he was sort of getting
time to do steroids.
Yeah, exactly, right. They're both so different, and Griffey was briefly in the race, which was awesome too.
Yeah.
So in the St. Louis paper, in the top right-hand corner of the front page, they would have these trackers. And I remember there was a time when it had McGwire, Griffey, and Sosa.
Right.
And then, at some point, they just stopped tracking Griffey. And
right.
And I remember that being sort of a big deal.
Yeah.
McGwire hit a home run in every 7.27 at-bats.
So, I saw number 34 that year.
Cool.
In Arizona.
Nice.
Yeah. Anyway,
7.27 at bats. He got walked in the world of baseball a perfectly round number of 162 times.
Whoa.
Which is cool. He didn't play in 162 games, I assume.
Yeah.
But Sosa also, and I remember at the time not even being mad about this, Sosa won the MVP. He was the better player that year.
Yeah.
He hit 320 instead of 298 or something like that. What else? Oh, yeah. So Sosa at one point was 9 back going into June. He was starting to fade, and he hit 20 home runs in June.
Dang.
And I think they were tied at the end of June or very close to it.
Yeah.
It was, it's totally wild.
Yeah.
And then the next year they both broke Maris's record again.
Right.
Or Sosa did. Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah. I don't know that I remember there being a buzz around baseball quite like that.
Yeah.
There's that argument of steroids where it's well, look what it did to the game,
Yeah, so, I don't know where you're at on this. I think I have sort of an idea. I don't, the blame for this stuff falls as much on Bud Selig and Tony La Russa and whoever else.
The Tour de France.
Yeah, and Lance Armstrong.
Right, of course. It's always Lance Armstrong's fault.
The biggest dick of them all.
Yeah.
Sosa still denies it, which is crazy, I think. Like,
I think he's denying a few things right now.
I read some awesome stuff about Sosa this year. He claims to be like a super successful businessman. Like, he's like lots of international.
I think he's denying a lot of things right now.
I did wear my Drillers throwback Sosa jersey.
Oh, nice.
To commemorate.
I actually didn't notice that until right now.
Yeah.
Well done. Yeah, that was a crazy summer. Mark McGwire, 62nd home run. I remember the home run, like, it was like a line drive that barely snuck. It was like the foul pole's right here, and the wall's right here, and it like went in that corner.
His shortest home run of the year. And it was different, too. Like you said, it was like a line drive.
Yeah. His
home runs were always these, like, towering, majestic home runs. They were crazy, yeah. Like, I would have time. I would, like, be doing homework and hear my dad react to the home run, and I could, like, leave my room and go watch it land in the stands.
Yeah.
Like, they traveled so far in the air.
Right.
And this one was like, I don't know if that's going to make it.
Yeah. And he missed first base. He went back and tagged first base.
Dave McKay got him to come back and tag first base.
I think he touched home plate and he picked up his son, right?
Yeah, his son, I think Matthew, was like a big part of the year.
Yeah.
He was around a lot. McGwire was a single dad, so he like traveled with him a lot. And yeah, he came and he would like pick him up and lift him in the air. And Sosa jogged in from right field.
It was against the Cubs?
Yeah, it was against the Cubs.
Jeez. I don't remember that.
So McGwire did it, and at one point when he was rounding the bases, did Sosa's celebration. He like, whatever, I forget the exact specifics.
Right.
Sosa would like kiss his fingers and touch his heart and point. There was like multiple kisses and whatever it all was. And then Sosa jogged in from right field, and McGwire would always do this thing where he would like bash biceps with whoever was behind him, and Sosa did that with him, which was all like kind of cool.
Right.
It was just, it was amazing.
Yeah. Was that the same year that I think it was. I think 98 was the...
Ripken broke... I'm sorry, I don't know where you're going. Yeah, that's the year Ripken broke the Ironman record.
And was the All-Star game at Fenway, was that the year that the Home Run Derby was at Fenway?
I think it was,
so
and they
awesome.
went nuts.
Yeah. McGwire was just hitting balls like over Lansdowne Street onto the mountain.
Because like everything was, like just everything that year was perfect. Like you couldn't write stuff better.
Yeah. And like, again, I understand your point of view. I agree with what you're saying. Like there was a bigger problem than just Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa doing steroids. But if you go back and look at those guys, like in their baseball uniforms, it's
it was wild.
Well, duh. Like these are like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles playing.
So McGwire got called out by a reporter for using Andro that season. Which Andro...
I remember that.
Yeah, so he would have it was a legal substance at the time. It has since been banned. It was banned, I think, the next year.
Yeah.
But it was it was a hormone producer. It just, like, didn't fit into this anabolic steroid basket. So it wasn't banned.
Yeah.
And it was, like, maybe 2/3 of the way through the season when that came out. And McGwire didn't deny it. I mean, it was in his locker. It was not... He wasn't cheating. But he was doing some stuff.
Right.
So, I mean, that's even really interesting to think that, like, he had this substance in his locker that was meant to create testosterone in his body, but was legal. And somebody asked him about it, and he was like, yeah, it's a legal substance. And everyone was sort of like, I don't know if we're comfortable with this. And then it was like, I don't know, I guess we'll just keep going.
Yeah.
Like,
Bud?
Yeah.
And then it wasn't that year, but a few years later... Remember when Sammy Sosa corked his bat?
Yeah.
And got caught for that?
That was awesome! And he acted like it was an accident.
Yeah.
These guys are so finely tuned, right? He acted like he accidentally grabbed a bat that weighed, 2 or 3 ounces.
Right.
Too little.
Yeah.
It's all just wild. Should we move on to current?
I guess fun.
That was
topic,
great,
though.
man. That was more fun than I.
So with the home run thing, the New York Yankees. Did you read about this?
No. Have they broken the record?
No, but they've got a shot to break the single season team home run record this year.
Yeah.
I think it's actually kind of a long shot, but it's possible.
Really?
Yeah.
Cool.
Um,
I'd heard that. Too bad Judge has been out for like
right. It would
6
have been
or 8 weeks.
It would have been broken.
Yeah.
I'm sure. Baseball is awesome right now. It might not be. You might not be feeling that.
It's been a bad like 8 days for the
been a
Cardinals. We're
couple-
like 3-5.
Yeah, a lot of those coming at the
Tail end
hand
of the
of
game.
the Detroit Tigers too, right?
Yeah, we somehow lost 2 or 3 to the Tigers. We beat them today 1-0. Thank God we managed to squeak out a
And didn't
Detroit Tigers victory.
and this is I'm not even like ripping you right now, but didn't Hicks give up a 10 off of like a 102 mile an hour pitch too or something?
Yeah, he did. He gave up a walk-off on a 102 mile an hour pitch.
Yeah.
It's the hardest pitch hit for a home run, I think, in the StatCast, like since they've been tracking it reliably. So that's actually I didn't have that one on my home runs of the week, but that's a good one. It's a big home run.
Yeah. So
Did you see the Trevor Story game?
Yeah.
Trevor Story hit 3 home runs in one game. They went 1,380 feet.
That is crazy.
Did you see his first one? His first one was awesome.
Yeah.
He fell down.
Like off of one knee or something. Hits off.
Not even a knee. I mean, he literally, because you'll see guys swing and they end up on a knee.
Yeah.
He after his swing, he like stumbled. Like he never was in control. Like his follow through, he fell.
Yeah.
It was awesome. It was a great home run. He's got 31 home runs this year.
Yeah. I was talking about Trevor Story today. He is also like a premier shortstop in Major League Baseball.
Yeah.
And he's hitting home runs.
I wrote him off after last year because he didn't hit that well last
Right.
year. And I didn't think he was a good enough defensive player to be valuable without hitting. But now, I mean, he's doing both this year.
Yeah. I mean, the Rockies are really good.
I know.
They're not just like, oh, the Rockies might sneak in. Like, the Rockies might win the National League.
Yeah.
And-
They've got is it Freeland? Kyle Freeland, right?
Uh-huh.
He'll probably finish 3rd or 4th, depending in the Cy Young.
Yeah.
He's good.
Yeah.
He's got a better record, or he's got a better ERA at Coors than he does on the road, which is kind of cool.
Right. We took, he pitched against us Saturday night and looked real good. We only got 1 off him.
Yeah.
We won 2 of 3 against them this weekend. Half game out now. But I mean, everyone, like, they're the type of team where it's like you don't get a break.
Yeah.
On their offensively. It's just like, all right, now you got to get this guy out.
Yeah.
Now you got to get this guy out.
More dingers. Did you see the Do you see the Red Sox game against Atlanta?
I didn't.
They were down 6 going into the 8th inning, and they scored 6 in the 8th. Brandon Phillips in his Red Sox debut.
I did see this. Number 0.
So he scored the tying run.
Yep.
On the base paths. Freddie Freeman then hit a go-ahead home run in the bottom of the 8th. Brandon Phillips in the top of the 9th hit a go-ahead 2-run home run with just an awesome celebration.
I know what
It was like I've never
just
seen
a
anyone
lean-back
do
thing or
it.
something?
He
What
leaned and he sort of just did like a shimmy. It was awesome. And I Brandon Phillips and I disagree with
tight.
everything he believes about the game of baseball, essentially.
Yeah.
But this was unreal. It was awesome to see a
did
guy
see
do
that.
this in his first game.
I thought you were.
He was signed to a minor league contract like 6 weeks ago.
I didn't even know
He
was
was,
still playing.
pretty much. He
That's
played in
crazy.
Pawtucket until a week ago.
That's crazy. First Red Sox player to ever wear the number 0.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Cool. I've got another another bit of dinger news ties in really well with my favorite recurring segment, Ohtani Watch.
Oh yeah.
Big week for Ohtani.
Tied.
He has a torn ulnar collateral ligament, and it has been recommended that he have Tommy John surgery. He found that out on September 5th. It was announced at like 2 o'clock.
Right.
And he hit 2 home runs that night.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
I know. So it turns out you just don't have him pitch, right?
I don't know, man. He was really good at pitching.
Yeah, but I think he could be like really good at hitting.
He is really good at hitting.
And not have to deal with the health stuff. I think you shut him down.
I think he gets the Tommy John and he tries it one more time.
I think you shut him down.
So here's the deal. He might be able to get surgery immediately following the season and hit for like be ready to hit in 6 months and then just not pitch until 2020. Because he can obviously hit with a torn UCL. Because he had a home run the other day too.
Yeah, he's
had 4 home runs this week.
Yeah.
He's like a top 20 hitter, and he might be a top 20 starting pitcher. I still think the potential for a guy that can start 25 games.
And how old is he?
He's like 23 or 20.
He's a young pup.
Yeah. I mean, a guy that can start 25 times, and if you can get 400 at bats of top tier hitting too,
yeah,
that would be unreal.
Shohei, do you love me? We should do plays of the week.
Cool. I gotta guess what my play of the week is.
Dinger. My play of the week is Todd Frazier.
Okay.
Going over the rail for a foul
Yeah, that
ball,
was a good one.
Picking up a fake ball.
What?
Did you know about this?
I saw him go over the rail.
Yeah, this was.
What else happened?
This was exactly what happened to me. I was like, all right, Todd Frazier goes over the rail.
That's hilarious.
Whatever.
Yeah, I saw a gif
He
of
picked
it.
up a fake ball and held it up, got the out, and admitted after the game that it was not the game ball.
So there just happened to be a ball where he dove?
So he went over the rail at Dodger
Into the
Stadium.
stands.
There's like a shelf right here where the fans put their peanuts and beer and stuff.
Oh
There was
my
like
God.
a kid there. He had this white rubber ball. It wasn't
Not
even
a baseball. Oh
rolls
my
over
God.
it, grabs it, drops the ball, grabs the fake ball, and gets Alex Verdugo out.
What did he do with the fake ball after he showed it
I
to
think
the ump?
he just throws
throw
it into
back?
the stands.
And it was on the road. He did that on the road.
On the road. And then you see it. When he goes back in the dugout, I don't know if it's the head coach of the Mets. I don't know much about the Mets. I don't think it's the head coach.
Probably not. It would have been like a different...
You see him talk to him. I'm pretty sure he's like, that wasn't the baseball, was it? You know? And
Oh, man, I got to look into that.
And then
That's a great one.
After the game, he's just like, nah, that wasn't the ball.
Yeah, because I think I would have seen the highlight during the game, you know?
I get the impression that he did it sort of as a joke. And then he got the call and was just like, all right, let's go. You know what I mean?
That is crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. Play of the week.
That's a really good one.
Beat that.
All right. My play of the week features a player you introduced me to. Do you know it?
Oh.
Williams Studio.
Oh,
Come on
nice.
down. Did our talk about Williams make it into an episode this season?
Is this the contact guy?
Yeah.
No. Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I'm
Well, I'm going to do a quick refresher.
Yeah.
Williams Studio has spent 9 years in the minor leagues. He has played in 753 minor and foreign league games. In that 753 games, he had 39 home runs, 92 Ks, and 102 walks. His deal is he just hits everything.
Yeah.
Not very far, but he typically hits around 300. That's what he's doing this year, but his on base percentage is then 303.
Right.
So this year, as of 10 days ago, he had no home runs, no walks, and 2 strikeouts this year for the Twins. He hit a walk-off home run today against Casey.
I didn't know that.
A walk-off 2-run. And he hit a home run yesterday.
That's awesome.
And he had another home run 10 days ago or something. It's a good week to be Williams' Studio.
And he's earned it.
Yeah.
He's earned his stripes, man. That's
awesome.
the best.
He's also 5'9" and listed generously at 225, I think.
Oh, man. A very heartfelt tip of the cap from this 5'9",
Walk-off.
220 over here.
Walk-off home run. He could hit less than 5 home runs in his career and play for a long time.
Yeah. That's awesome. And he just never strikes out is the thing.
Yeah, that's the thing is he makes contact all the time.
753 games and 90. There's a ton of Major League Baseball players that have struck out more than 93 times this year.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And he's played in 753 games.
Yeah.
Power rankings. I'm going first. My number 5 is a curveball. I'm going Milwaukee Brewers. What?
Okay.
They're coming on strong.
I know. They're ahead of us. Yeah, I know.
Jeez. Judgment City. My number 4 is the Cleveland Indians.
Okay.
My number 3 is the New York Yankees.
Okay.
My number 2 is the Boston Red Sox.
Okay.
My number 1,
Oakland Athletics.
Colorado Rockies. No, I'm just kidding. My number 1 is the Houston Astros.
Yeah.
I mean, I actually didn't check to see what they did today. Probably find out real quick.
Yeah, I
But
don't
I mean,
know off the top
they were
of my
looking
head.
at sweeping the.
Bregman hit his 30th home run of the year. He's the youngest Astro to hit 30 home runs.
Whoa.
Which, I mean, the Astros don't have like a super deep history.
Wow.
But
the
it's
Killer
good.
Bees.
None of them were young by the
I
time they
know.
were the Killer
Okay,
Bees.
so the Astros and the Red Sox are currently playing right now.
Oh,
And it's
cool.
2-1 Red Sox. But if the Astros were to pull this off, this would be a sweep of the Red Sox at Fenway in September. Kind of a statement series.
Yeah,
Kind of like, hey,
it's
you
good.
guys might have had the best regular season, but there's a postseason coming up.
I think I'm just going to switch the Cubs and Brewers and keep.
Cubs at 5?
Yeah,
Cubs are struggling a little bit.
I mean they're 4 games up on the Brewers.
No, they're not. Dude doesn't even watch baseball. It's like 2.5 or 2.
I don't think it is.
Please hold.
Oh damn. All right. I'm just going to redo my whole thing.
All right.
I'm going to put the Cubs number 5.
Okay.
The Brewers have had a hot week, but I still think the Cubs are the better team.
Okay.
I think they're going to win the division. The Cubs actually could be in an interesting position. They might have like a game to make up at the end of the year.
Yeah.
They could get screwed into like having to play a game
An October 1st game.
and then potentially go game 162 on October 1st, wild card game,
Yeah.
whatever. You know,
We already have one game on October 1st. One regular season game. You
We
know
do.
who that's between?
no.
The Pittsburgh Pirates and the Florida Marlins.
I thought they just didn't play games like that.
No,
at that point.
they're playing it, and I don't understand why.
I hope there's 11 people there.
I bet those players are
Let's go.
so
I
pissed.
know.
All right, sorry, I cut off your power ranking.
No, and then I think I'll stick. I think the rest of yours is right.
Yeah,
Cleveland,
of course it is.
New York, Boston,
Right.
Houston.
Dodgers just are waiting to sneak in there until,
Because they're a game and a half out of the wild card.
yeah, and a half game out of
Yeah.
first. I mean, like, we're just waiting.
Here's what I need. I need whoever's going to win the West just to beat up on all the other teams in the West to drop them out of the wild card.
Yeah, well, you got a good
Because
chance of that happening.
all of these guys hanging around there are stressing me
by
out.
the way, half mental fans, the next time we record this show,
Oh, yeah, we'll be
we'll be at the tail end of a 4-game series.
between the
The
Dodgers and
attitude
Cardinals.
between us two might be a lot different
Yeah.
next week.
This was a real jovial episode.
Yeah, may not be at the end of next week.
I forgot about that.
That's all we got.
Yeah.
This is a long one. It was a good one.